Right, I'm sitting down a little bit because I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of filming, a lot of moving today for long hours, so I thought I'd better sit down and maybe talk a little bit. So I'm going to look at my notes, see what can we look and what can we talk about. Oh my god, I made notes, you see, a lot of notes. So I got the good things and the bad things. And the good things, the constructive things, I've already done a video of and I've shown a lot of it. I talked about all sorts of aspects of tango. But now, I made some notes about what is not so good and what somehow annoys me to see on the dance floor. So I cringe a little bit to say it and to actually read it and talk about it. Yeah? But it's a quite long list. I hope I'm not that negative as a person. I don't think I am actually. But let's just talk a bit about attitude. In order to learn anything, you have to have the right attitude, to know when you've learned it. Now, for example, if you learn maths, if you say that 2 plus 2 is 25, and you think you've learned it, well, I'm afraid you haven't. And it's the same with anything. You have to know when you know something, and you have to know when you don't know it. And to be honest with yourself first. If it doesn't look like in a certain way, you've not learned it. So if you say, for example, get 2 apples from here and another 2 apples from here, and you end up with 25 apples in a bag, then you have to ask yourself, there's some magic in the middle, because 2 and 2 you count again and they're 4. So you know exactly that you got something wrong when you say 2 plus 2 is 25. So it's simplistic, but that's the sort of thing that I want to stress here about attitude. Learn with the right attitude and know when you know it. Nearly there is not good enough. It has to be as perfect as possible. And there is no, in my way of looking at this and the way I look at dancing, it has to be close. Let's just say perfection is 100%. It's got to be in the 95, over 95%, in order to say, yes, I've learned it. Whether you do a simple step from here to there, or whether you're looking at your posture, there's 95% there. Whether your balance is 95% of the time right and 5% of the time wrong, that's fine. But when, say for example, your balance is lost and you do 100 steps and you lose your balance on 95 of the steps and you actually balanced on 5 steps, you must realize that you haven't learned yet that, so you need to work harder to get it. Okay. So the first thing is the attitude, and that's what is important. So in order to learn this, and to learn everything in life really, you have to have the right attitude, to want to learn it, to be able to put in the work that is required. And the other aspect on my list is the posture. So if you have the right attitude, then you will work and you'll have the right posture. But from a bad attitude, not knowing what the right posture is, not being important to you, other things are more important than your posture in the way you dance. Obviously you're going to carry on dancing with a bad posture, which means all sorts of things. Bending your knees, hunching back, bending over, leaning your head, all sorts of other things. That's again something that you need to be aware of. And through my videos, I'm going to do my best to show you the right posture. There's something to compare, something to look at. use the videos as a mirror, and obviously use a mirror a lot. Look in the mirror, look at yourself, look at a video, put it on the screen, on the television screen, or computer screen, or however you want to play it, on your iPad, and see, does that look like, do I look in the mirror like this man looks in the television or on my iPad? And if it's very close to that, that means yes, you've learned it, and congratulations to you. If it doesn't look as good as that, then you need to work harder. Okay? So don't forget that that comes from an attitude that is incomplete, and it's not good enough for learning when you do not dance with the right posture. The other aspect that is needs careful looking at is the embrace. I don't think there's enough. Emphasis put on how the embrace in tango works, but the embrace is almost everything. You have to have a good embrace, and it has to be well defined. It has to be well explained. You have to feel it as well. However, you can't feel it through the video that I'm going to be putting. I will explain a lot about it in the video when I'm going to do the videos with the couples. But nevertheless, you can practice your embrace even by yourselves. And the videos of individual training that I'm putting out now, there's a lot of that. And you can see that my embrace is stable, it's an open embrace, it's stable, and it doesn't move about and out and about in various sorts of ways. That it doesn't mean that you dance in tango when your embrace is not stable. Okay. Now, the movement. Again, as individuals, you need to move in a certain way. You need to know what it is. Use the videos. Use the mirror a lot. Develop a sort of out-of-body experience and be able to imagine yourselves, look at yourselves, and am I moving in the right way? Does it look that I'm moving like my teacher there in the video is moving, or is it not? And if you're not, then try to find out how to do it that way. Concentrate harder, work harder. When you get it, when you feel you've got something that is similar, then try to do it again and again and again. And if you try 10 times, you might get 2 right. And if you try harder and concentrate harder, you try 10 times, you might get 5 out of 10 right. Until you get 8 out of 10. Once you got 8 out of 10, I believe you've learned. And you can move on. You can look at other things. Yeah? So that I'm talking about the movement in space here. How do you move forward, back, do your pivoting, do your isolation, do your style, do your crosses, do your static and dynamic pivoting, what you're going to see in the videos. Yeah. So there is another aspect that is important. Is what we're going to do in these videos and throughout the classes, we're going to work on aspects. And in fact, concepts, not aspects. We call them concepts. Like, for example, a saccada. Saccada is a concept. What does that mean? You need to actually know exactly what it means. A 3-direction dance is an element in level 1 of learning. What exactly is that? And you have to use that definition, that terminology, because if we don't use the same terminology, and if you don't know, and if you don't learn what we talk about, then it's difficult to accumulate, it's difficult to acquire the knowledge. So you have to be conceptually stable and sound. So learn, put it in your head, yeah, those concepts. Now, there will be concepts that will come to you throughout the course. In fact, life is a long learning journey, and if you want to learn tango, as I said, learn the concepts, learn them what they mean in your head, conceptualize them first, and then try to reproduce them, try to do them on the dance floor, put them in practice. Okay. Now I'm going to come back with some other stuff a bit later. I'm going to turn this video off now.